So I had this Note 4 lying around, as one does, and I got bored. So let's downgrade this thing to KitKat. Okay, so this phone was actually updated to Marshmallow, but I was able to roll back to 5.1.1 Lollipop using Odin, since the bit value between Marshmallow and Lollipop were unchanged for the Note 4, or at least for this specific model number. I'm kinda also doing this for some nostalgia, because back in 2016 I had a Tab 4 which also ran KitKat. It was my first Android tablet and my first experience with Android, so yeah, I've been going strong since for 8 years, and yeah, let's see how this goes. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna try is to downgrade this thing using Classic Kitchen. Now, Classic Kitchen is essentially this program which lets you take apart the firmware of a phone, modify it, remove knocks, and then finally repackage it as a zip, which you can flash using a custom recovery like TWRP. This should, in theory, bypass Odin's bit requirement, since you're not even using Odin to flash the ROM. So, hopefully this works. Let's begin. Okay, so I've got the stock KitKat right here. Let's open this. Okay, so we're gonna deodex, debloat, and most importantly, denox. And now we can finally build it. Yeah, that's not a good start. It's done. That took way too long. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is flash TWRP, so let's do that first. Okay, so it's detected by Odin. AP, it's this one, I think. On check auto reboot and start. Okay, that worked. And it's actually easier if I just then. Okay, so let's wipe everything first off. Okay, so my PC isn't seeing this thing for some reason, so I'll just have to use an OTG. Just copy this here. And we're done. Wow, those speeds were not impressive. Okay, let's pray this works. Okay, so it succeeded, which is a good sign. Let's reboot. Yeah, it's just boot looping. This wasn't gonna be that easy. Alright, so after some research, the combination firmware is what I need. Now basically, the combination is the firmware they use at the factories to test the phones. Now, this should be KitKat, since combinations are usually the launch OS of the phone, but I'm not too sure. Let's just see how this turns out. Also, ignore all my tabs, this is just insane. Okay, so combinations have to be flashed using Odin in the BL slot, so let's just do that. So it's a combination. And now we can just hit start. And it's done. Let's unplug this. That's new. I've never seen that before. Also, this is what I was talking about earlier. The factory binary and the old boot up sound. Factory binary and combination are basically the same thing. And we actually booted. This looks really weird. Let's see what version of Android we're on. Yeah, 4.4.4 KitKat. No, this isn't really the stock KitKat the phone shipped with. As I said before, this is a factory binary, so almost everything here is broken. This has remnants of both stock Android and TouchWiz, which looks really weird. Like, this settings panel is all stock Android, but this quick settings panel is all TouchWiz. This is also stock Android, which looks really weird. There's also this VR testing menu. Is that for the Gear VR? Let me actually go get one. Okay, so let's see what happens when we plug this in. It says USB and mouse connected, but... Okay, so I can use this touchpad on the VR as a mouse on the phone for some reason. which is pretty weird. That's about all I can do here. Other than that, there's this fingerprint test. And besides that, a whole suite of testing menus which I do not want to mess with. Also, I discovered this weird thing. If you hold down the power button, the phone just shuts down. Which is cool, I guess. I don't really know.
After that, I scoured the internet for leads to maybe find a KitKat based stock ROM, but all I found was dead links and I was about done with this phone, so yeah, that was it.
Yeah, this is about as close to stock KitKat this phone's gonna get.